Hi, everybody. Barbie Garrett here. I wanted to take a few minutes in order to talk about my upcoming full moon ritual, September 10th, which will be with the spirit of Margol, the turkey vulture, the spirit animal. We usher in September with the Mercury retrograde period again, which lasts about 3 weeks. That's going to be the majority of this month. It starts on September 9th. If any of you have ever dealt with the energy of Mercury retrograde or paid attention to when it is, it's a slow moving energy. Everything kind of comes to a halt. It creates chaos. You'll have hiccups and problems, miscommunications with people, places, glitches that happen. So the turkey vulture, being the scavenger that he is, takes toxicity and turns it into life, takes death to life. So I thought there's no better time than to start working with Margol, which he has been coming in really fierce for me over the past couple of months. For example, I'm riding my motorcycle just a couple weeks ago. I realized, because just a few days before this, I almost got hit by a deer, that there's a big turkey vulture coming to where it's going to hit me. My father's been hit by 2 of these in his lifetime. He tells me, make sure you watch for birds as much as you do animals with 4 legs. So of course I start slowing down. The turkey vulture slows down. Slow down more. He slows down more. It's like I'm back. I'm in first gear. I've got to be doing maybe 10 miles an hour at this point, and he is still on a course to collide with me. He does a flip and then goes up and out of the way. Okay, I was like, maybe he's telling me to like slow down, take my time. Could be keeping me from getting into something that I don't, that could be detrimental to me. So then a few days later, I go to the beach for my birthday. And when we get there, we notice there are a ton of vultures, turkey vultures, on it was a lake, so the beach area, the sand area. And I look over. Of course, when we get out of the car, most of them fly off. As I start walking close, because I want to know what it is that they were into, I realize that there's one straggler. He flies up, looks right at me, comes my direction, does a flip, and then off he goes. So then I start paying attention. At this point, too, is coincidence. Like, okay, what are you trying to tell me? Or is not coincidence? What are you trying to tell me? So I'm paying attention now to turkey vultures. The following night, no, actually same night, because it was my birthday night, I went out with my friends. Best birthday I've had in a decade. It was amazing. I had such a good time. I was allowed to be me, no control, enjoyed my night, had a blast with people that love and care about me and care about my future. So great night. One of my friends is a sheriff. She just had a situation which she works for the SVU unit. She just had a situation where an older brother raped his younger sister. Of course, the older brother, once he knew he was caught, took off and took a handgun with him. He disappeared for days. They couldn't find him. Of course, mom and daughter leave the house and stay somewhere else since he's at large. So one of these other sheriffs decided just to pop into the house and see if there was anything they could find. And as he pulled into the driveway, he saw vultures, turkey vultures, way off in the distance, right? So I'm bringing up she's telling me about this tattoo she wants to get. And she's talking about it's going to be the card of death, or the tower card, that has the turkey vulture on it. And so, of course, I want to know more. Why? Like, he keeps coming to me. This is crazy. Why are you now telling me this? So she tells me this story. Cop pulls in, sees him off in the distance. And then lone one comes and lands right on the hood of his car. He gets out. It jumps down and jumps a few feet ahead of him. He walks forward, flies up, and goes to the end of a trail. He follows this turkey vulture all the way to this kid's body. Kid, early 20s. Still a kid, yes. Horrible person, though, obviously. And he had shot himself. He had killed himself. But that girl didn't get closure to that situation until they could find her body, or his body. She was still in fear, and the turkey vulture fixed that for him, or for her. Ever since then, I have been paying very close attention, diving into documentaries about where the lore for Turkey vultures comes from, why we put significance and spirituality to such a creature. It's very interesting. So I decided, since I do want to get into doing a Greek pathworking, a Greek mythology pathworking, because as far back as we can go for real documented history, after the Nephilim age was the Bronze Age, and that is when we started making documented history. And that is when the Greeks were in power. So that's where most of our written history comes from, of the entities that we even work with today, because they have progressed and evolved through different social norms of what religion is reigning at that time, of course. So I want to get to the core of these particular entities and work with those energies in order to move forward, because just like me and my healing process, I have had to go back to my basics. You know, what I did when I was younger, being a mechanic again, getting my hands dirty, being greasy on most days because I am working with oil or oily parts. Doing stuff with my hands has been so great for my healing process. I reverted 20 years. What made me happy back then? Let's start there and move forward. And I think we're all going to find a lot of healing through this path working. However, I thought the first entity I was going to work with would be Medusa. And that's not it, because Margol keeps screaming at me. So in honor of him, this will be the ritual that we do this month, to turn this Mercury retrograde energy into a positive field of energy that you can pull from, one that tames the Mercury retrograde from affecting your life in negative ways. Margol should bring patience and calmness, understanding and peace into your reality through this ritual. It's going to not only change the energy field that is around you and how people respond to you, but how you respond to the energies that come into your field. Because perception and our own response is 99% of our reality. And if you have these things, production and peace in your life won't be halted because of the cosmic energies that are changing this month. And it's more than just Mercury that's in retrograde, and I'll get to that in a minute. This ritual will set the stage for fall to come in, for the summer to end, and fall to bring forth with its harvest moon, which is also September 10th. So we will be using the energy from the harvest moon in order to harvest and plant these things into your reality, so that fall brings plenty of productivity, so that spring will be able to flourish and work for you to create the happy, healthy, wealthy life that you so deserve. So the cosmic details of this coming up month, let's get to those. Let's all take a deep breath and realize it's gonna be a bumpy ride unless we do something to change that. These cosmic forces are going to create some serious chaos in our lives. We are officially entering the final quarter of 2022. That's crazy to me. I can't believe 2022 is already almost over with. So we kick off September being in the midst of Virgo season. This practical-minded energy sets a perfect stage for clearing out your life, out your mindset, out your friends list, whatever it might be. Take time in the beginning of this month, over the next week before this ritual will be done, in order to really think about the areas of your life that you want to clean up. After the first week and a half, then we start to go into the Libra season, and the vibe will change. This Libra season is when the sun is in Libra, as well as the autumn equinox. Like the sun, our resident romance planet, Venus, will also be in Virgo and transition into Libra. This will have serious pull over our romantic relationships as well. Again, we don't want chaos in parts of our lives that other people are involved. I personally don't like chaos in any part of my life if I can help it. That's where misunderstandings, miscommunications come from. We want to keep things peaceful and even flowing. Working with Margol will help with this. We also enter the month with a whole lot of retrograde energy going on, not just Mercury. And it's only going to get more intense as the days go on through September. Add that to Venus and the Sun, it's going to be a hell of a ride. Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto are already spinning backwards in retrograde. And like I said, our communicating planet, Mercury, will go into retrograde on September 9th, just as our moon hits full. We're also slowly but surely entering Mars retrograde, which will dominate most of the energy over the rest of the year. While Mars doesn't fully enter retrograde until October 30th, right before Halloween, which should be fun, it will start its pre-season retrograde starting September 3rd. This means that foreshadowing can start to take place in the early parts of September throughout October for what you will be in for the rest of the year. Let's get ahead of that. Let's make those changes before it needs to happen. So let's talk about Virgo season and how the end of summer Virgo vibes are going to affect us. The first few weeks of September are going to make up most of the Virgo season, which will have us focusing on organization, overall wellness, and drilling down into our daily routines. What can be purged so that we can open up more time and energy for ourselves. As we wrap up the season, Virgo energy can help us get in the mood to become more tidy, clean up our calendars, or cleanse ourselves of relationships that no longer serve us. Aligning yourself with Margol as well as Mercury retrograde can help cleaning out and dusting the corners of your life a much more peaceful and easy process. Instead of the chaos that usually engulfs our life during a Mercury retrograde. Again, this will lead to entering fall to create a happy, healthy, and wealthy life. How this could possibly affect your love life, let's talk about that. Since it's not just the sun lining up with a slice of the Virgo pie, it's also Venus, our romance partner, in the cosmic energies. Venus is going to add elegance and refinement to this cosmic cocktail of energy that we're going to find ourselves in. With Venus in Virgo, it's going to clear our minds so that we can focus on that self-love, which of course, if we can love ourselves, we project that outward and we're going to attract the people that love us, that truly have our best interests at heart. We're going to be feeling a little bit more discerning about our romantic relationships because we're going to be finding that self-love during this time, if done properly. This could look like upping your standards, creating new boundaries, or completely cutting people from your reality. Maybe you'll become even choosier about who you swipe right on. So if you are like me, you're ready for a change in this Mercury retrograde energy that has been kicking our ass throughout the years and years and years. So Mercury, like I said, retrograde starts September 9th, and Mercury rules logistical matters such as communication, technology, timing, and so much more. So its retrograde periods can be extremely obnoxious. They can cause delays and slow things down, like trying to clear out your mind, your life, tidy things up in your reality. So in order to not have this Mercury chaotic energy slowing that process down, those good parts of this cosmic cocktail, then we want to find a way to transition this chaotic energy into something positive. That's when Margol enters. I personally have been working with Margol ever since I created Apocalypse Water. And Apocalypse Water was created Easter of 2020. So I've been working with him for years now to eradicate my life of toxic energies. And if you know my history and my story, you know that has absolutely come to fruition. Not to get into details on such, because I still can't fully talk about it, but my life is so much better now than it was Easter of 2020. I worked with him to turn chaotic energy into a calming, positive force of productivity and to help develop my skills of perception, intuition, and patience. These developed skills all lead to an immeasurable amount of peace in my life. And that immeasurable amount of peace leads to an enriched life because I don't just focus on becoming wealthy. I want a balanced, well-rounded life that brings me happiness and joy on a regular basis. So Margol has an insane sense of smell. Not only does she, because as I continue to work with her, I know I call her he sometimes, but as I continue to work with her, I think she has a very feminine energy to her as well. She does have a masculine energy once in a while, but I am finding a kinder side to her now 2 years into this process. More than 2 years, almost 3 actually. She's considered to be a summer animal, although, of course, she's not just out during the summer, but she does ride the thermal winds. And she will ride those all the way from North America to South America and South America back to North America when she migrates. And she barely flaps her wings. She does this with such ease and grace, just like she will help you in your life to look from the top, looking down, change your perspective to see the big picture instead of being emotionally driven by the small things. She also has the natural ability to neutralize lethal diseases, which is insane to me. Ebola, AIDS. She eats things that are toxic to all other creatures. She can smell rotting meat for toxicity miles away. And because she can sniff that out, she has a keen sense of discernment that she can bestow upon you through this ritual. She'll help you sniff out truths in any situation, bringing evils to light, wrongs, dirty doings. She also helps with sitting with said discernment and information to make educated decisions, to be wise about the way that you proceed once you know all the truths. Because she easily flies on those thermal winds and she can sniff out toxicity miles away, she's great for clearing your mind. She's going to help you not be so reactive to things that emotionally trigger you because you're at more peace with her in your life. She helps you ground. She reminds you who you are, why you do the things that you do, how to change old behaviors and move forward in a more positive way. Margol turns the tragedy of life lost into flight. New life brought to us by babies. New beginnings. She also doesn't allow any of her food, her carcass that she may be eating, to go to waste. She wants to really dive in and find out all the reasons why things are the way that they are, even if that's inner reflection. And no matter how old the meat is, she'll still eat it. Like the common bird that she is of the battlefield. She's going to go to war for you, but she's going to be smart about it. And then she cleans up the mess. She uses things in nature that come naturally to cleanse herself, to cure herself of the disease that gets on her legs. She'll urinate and defecate on her legs in order to kill that bacteria. She uses the UV rays from the sun. That's when you see them, her Margol, or a kettle of them, you will see them with their back to the sun and their wings out, and they're killing the bacteria on their feathers by doing that. Again, the reason why I believe that she has come to me and forced me to take a second look at who I would work with first on this path is because there are a lot of religions that have in our past, even before the Greek gods, that have worshipped the turkey vulture, There are quite a few folklore tales about how the turkey vulture lost its feathers on its head, because early recordings do show that they had black feathers on their head. And now they have no feathers, or just a little bit of red feathers on the top of their head. I invite you to Google how the turkey vulture lost its feathers. It's actually pretty interesting stories that have to do with Greek gods. And then in Egyptian culture, many of the gods had vulture wings. Most notably in the Egyptian culture is Maat. The goddess Maat weighs humans' parts in order to determine their fate in the afterlife. And Margol is symbolically associated with death, the afterlife, and resurrection. She's an awesome ally to call upon when you're going through a metaphysical death in order to create your new life. So I invite you to join my ritual on September 10th. You can find it on Etsy, in my Etsy shop, Hail Thine Self. So www.etsy.com/shop/Hail Thine Self, or the link should be right here. And I invite you to go there and to sign up, because I'm only doing this for a select number, because the amazing Elena Lemmy has taken my Margol sigil, which this is it, and has turned it into a coin, a talisman that will come with this ritual. Now I'm offering two different options. One is a group ritual. Of course, that energy will be divided amongst those group members, which again, I only have a limited number of coins, so I'm only doing this for a very small amount of people. And thus, the quicker you sign up, the better. It does include the coin, even for the group ritual, that will be consecrated during the ritual, during the moon, with the water that I will create, or the elixir that I will create, the Margol elixir, which may turn into oil. I'm still getting all the details. Anyway, though, we definitely will have this coin that is on its way to me. She just created them for me. She finished them today. They are coming. Again, if you have not heard of Elena Lemmy, check out her Etsy shop at Limitless Liberations. She does amazing resin work. These coins, though, will be coming with this ritual. If you do the group ritual, the energy is bestowed upon all individuals and that participants, as well as it is for an overall transformation or transmutation of chaotic energy, this cosmic energy that we have coming in this September, in order to make it a more peaceful and productive energy for you. Now, if you are looking for something that makes specific change in your life, from a chaotic situation to a peaceful one, or finding resolution, or truths or injustices that have happened to you and having those come to light, I would suggest doing the personalized ritual, which is also available in my Etsy shop, as well as Belladonna's botanicals.com/Barbie-Garrett. It will be available there as well. So if you have other products you'd like to purchase from her, go ahead and add this to your cart, and I will add you to the ritual. But the personalized ritual is a little bit more expensive. However, it's a full 12-hour ritual that is only dedicated to you. And I am only offering that to less than a handful of people, because I only have so many altar spaces that I can do that with, as well as only so much time and energy that is within me. And I do not want anyone to not get the full value of this ritual. And so that is why there's a cap on these. I will not go above the number that I have set, no matter who hits me up later. It doesn't matter if if all the slots have been taken, then that is my pledge to my clients, that this is the amount of energy that is going to be disseminated through each of those rituals. The personalized ritual also comes with the coin or the talisman. You guys are going to find that to be an amazing tool for the future retrogrades that come into play. I really do think this is going to be setting the stage for the rest of our lives, for this energy not to be the chaotic mess that it usually is. And as soon as those coins come in, I'll be doing another video to let you guys know about them and see them, because they look amazing. I'll put a couple of pictures that she has sent me of the process directly after this video. So if you have any questions, please know that you can look at the links below. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok, as well as my email and Etsy shop. And yeah, I'm so looking forward to doing this ritual with everybody and getting started into this Greek path working that we are going to really dive into. Super excited to be back on the scene, and I can't wait to keep making these changes with you guys for happier, healthier, and wealthier realities for all of us. Hail thyself, be kind, stay grateful, rock on. Take care.